Thanks again for joining our Portsmouth Invitational Tournament coverage. I'm Dave Shore. Chris Ekstrand is a consultant to the NBA and has been watching these tournaments for many years. How many years now, Chris?
This is my 35th year here in Portsmouth.
That's a lot of years. Now let's look at what this tournament means overall. These young men who are out there competing on this court, what's it mean big time?
Everybody dreams of playing in the NBA. All the young players, when you're 10 or 11 years old, you think, you pretend you're Michael Jordan or LeBron James or whoever, and these guys are closer than most will ever get to playing in the NBA. A lot of them will get at least a proverbial cup of coffee in the NBA. Some will be lucky enough to play a long career. We had a player here a couple of years ago, Tourney, not exactly a household name at Dayton. He was a very good player, but not a superstar. And now he's probably going to make the all-defensive team in the NBA, playing great for Portland. They made the playoffs, and he's looking at probably a 12 or 13-year NBA career. So you never know who it's going to be.
You mentioned 35 years. Now, if we fast forward to today and think back at 35 years, what skills that scouts are looking for may have changed?
I think back in the day, it was just pure size a lot of the time, or pure quickness. The guards, they wanted them to just be hyper quick. And the big guys, they wanted to pound the ball in down low and, let them turn around and score off the glass. And that was the game back then. Now it's a wing player's game. And the three-pointers changed the game. I mean, I'm not saying anything revolutionary. It's just, it's different now. And it's a wing player's game, and that's why we have so many wings here. If you just watch these guys warm up, it looks like everybody's 6'7" and slender, and that's the player that is succeeding in the NBA. There aren't any big, slow guys anymore. If they're big guys, they're incredible athletes. They're the JaVale McGee prototype. A guy who's 7 feet but can run the court like a guard. And those are the big guys who make it, and the little guys who make it are just sensational players because the NBA doesn't want them, frankly. They want everybody 6'5" and up. I mean, when you see a point guard now, you're just as likely to see it be a LaMelo Ball, who's 6'6", Franz Wagner, who's even taller than that, Josh Giddey. I mean, I could go on and on. All these guys are in that 6'6", 6'7" range, and that's what they want to see. So if you see somebody who's 6'1" or 6'2" in the NBA now, that guy is the elite of the elite because they really don't want those super small guys anymore.
Some fascinating things, and we talk about the X's and O's of the game. These young players, they're used to scoring. They're used to being the star of the game. What kind of adjustment are they advised to do when they get in this all-star type of format, but they're also having to try to show all the facets of their game?
I think it's really important to show that they have more than just maybe a scoring gene. We were laughing because John Camden from Cal was a guy who he never dribbled the ball like the whole season. When they gave him the ball at Cal, he was coming off a screen and they wanted him to catch and shoot. He's such a great three-point shooter. That's really all they wanted him to do. And so here, he's making reads, he's playing the pick and roll, and he's actually making decisions with the ball. He went the whole college season without doing that. Again, the guy's a great three-point shooter. What the scouts here are trying to figure out is, okay, we know that. What else can he do? Is there anything else he can do? This second game, Kylan Boswell from Illinois was the star. They played a half-court type game. It wasn't a fast-paced game, even though the scoring was pretty high. And Boswell was, probably the best player in the game. He ended up with 8 assists, and he scored 21 points too. He's that kind of a player. He's a cerebral player in a half-court situation. He's going to always get your team a good shot. And again, that's the NBA people love that. He's a low turnover, high yield guy. You're going to get a good opportunity to score almost every time down the court.
Final point, as we get from opening night until the closing night, will we see a big difference in how players kind of change their style, and is that why scouts stay right to the end?
I think the thing that you see now on the first night is there's some guys who either their team played longer in the postseason or they've just been getting a lot of 5-on-5 run, and they look up to game speed. And then there are other guys who they've been doing drills. And drills are great, but it doesn't give you the 5-on-5 feel for the game. And you can see some guys are rusty the first night. And what we hope to see from those guys, and there were a few, that as the tournament goes on, they'll get back in the swing of things and they'll feel like they're in the mainstream of the game. There's certain guys that if you're just a three-point shooter coming off screens and you miss a few, well, what have you done for me lately? I mean, you're not helping me in any other way. You're not rebounding. You're not really defending. What are you doing?
Yeah.
So they have to find a niche where they can help their team win.
Chris, thanks so much. Now you can see why he's been doing this for so many years. You know what you're talking about. Chris, thanks so much.
Thank you very much, Dave.
And thanks for joining us for our Portsmouth Invitational Tournament coverage going all the way till Saturday night.